Hello, this is Charlie, the chaplain from Harbor Light Hospice, and this is another celebration of being alive online. I'm really excited today because a couple of our long-term care facilities that are served by our hospice company have begun to accept visits again. So as soon as I am done making and sharing this video with you, I'll actually be able to go see some folks in person. I'm really excited about that. It's been a long time, and we've all had it's all been difficult for all of us, but hopefully we are coming to the end. The other reason I'm really excited is because we have planned a special service called Celebration of Being Alive Summertime. We are putting together a special summer program that can be held in your facility outdoors. If there's a place in your long-term care facility or assisted living facility where you can take residents outside and gather them together with proper social distancing, we can come and do this program where we sing some of the great songs of summers past, like Joy to the World and You've Got a Friend. And we can talk about how God always gives us what we need exactly when we need it. God is never early, but God is never late. And so we can always trust in Him to be right on time. So if you'd like to have that service done in your facility, call us. At the end of this video, I'll give you our office number. If you call that number, you can be connected to someone who can schedule that service for you. We sing songs, give a talk, and we bring snacks too. And I understand it's ice cream for the summer. So if you want to sign up, you just go right ahead, and we'd be happy to do it because we like to support you in all that you do. Today, I just want to help us all remember that God is always with us. There was an older couple that I knew, Norm and Betty. They were married for 50 years. And on the day of their 50th wedding anniversary, they decided to do something special. They decided to go back to that little town where they grew up and do all of the things that they used to do when they were kids, teenagers, courting. So they drove back to their little town, and they found that not a lot had changed in 50 years. They went to the drugstore that had a little lunch counter, and they were able to have lunch and order a milkshake and drink that milkshake out of the same glass with 2 straws, just like they used to do when they were kids. Then they went to the movies, and they found out that the movies had changed, but that old theater was still the same, and the popcorn was still warm and wonderful. And then finally, when the day was done, they drove up to that place that overlooked the lake on which the town was built, where as kids they had spent many nights watching submarine races in the lake. And so Norm drove them up there and parked the car on that spot overlooking the lake and put the car in park and turned the engine off. And they sat quietly for a while the stars came out and the place became warm and beautiful. And finally Betty spoke up and said, "Norm, this was a beautiful day, but I've been thinking about something." He said, "What have you been thinking about, dear?" She said, "Well, I can't help but wonder, have we changed over the years?" And Norm said, "Well, whatever do you mean?" And she said, "Well, for example, look at how far apart we are sitting in the car." She said, "I remember when we used to come up here as teenagers, we sat so close together that you couldn't get a piece of paper in between us. And now, look at us. you're way over there, and I'm way over here. Norm looked at her and smiled and said, "But dear, I haven't moved." I love that story because it reminds us that God never moves. He's always with us. We move all the time. And when we feel distant from God, it's usually because we have moved. But God is with us when we pray and even when we forget to pray. God is with us when we're good and when we're not even trying to be good. God is with us when we love Him and even when we forget about Him. No matter what, God never moves. But we move all the time. And all we have to do is slide right back next to Him, and then we can feel close to God again. Even when we're not consciously aware of God being present and God taking care of us, He's always there. Jesus said, God causes His sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends His rain to water the fields of the just and the unjust. God is impartial with His presence. He offers His love to everyone, and all we have to do is open our eyes and turn around, and we'll find that God is right there and has been all the time. So if you ever find yourself wondering, where is God? Well, He's right there. If you ever find yourself being angry at God, even then, God is right there. If you find yourself thinking that maybe God doesn't know what He's doing, well, even then, God is right there. God is always there when we are sick and when we're healthy, when we're discouraged, and when our lives are filled with faith. Just remember, no matter what, God never moves. This is Charlie, the chaplain from Harbor Light Hospice. I look forward to seeing you soon, very soon. Keep praying. Keep believing. And remember, if you'd like to schedule the Celebration of Being Alive summertime, call our office. At the end of the video, I'll give you the number so that we can come and share some fun with you. God bless you. I'll see you next time.